trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend. Run it up. 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 Run it up.
Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got stylers go out and shop for you. You ain't made it till they put on top of you. Parading through the city, the whole block come out for you. We just getting started, y'all finna see what we bout to do. Boy, stop, you ain't here, I'm the real truth. Hunters, real blue, strips on them still new. Shopping at Dover Street, I'm dripping like mildew. They say you don't visit the hood, dog, I still do. A real one, only difference, my bill's bigger. I'm still with ya, I just got rich a little quicker. The same man, God handed me his game plan. I ain't perfect, far from it, what can I say, man? I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. It felt like yesterday, I was just driving my grandma's Chevrolet. From South Carolina to Maryland, I take the jet today. I'm still on the come up, I'm still building my resume. I still got a lot to prove, but still I'm heavyweight. I still gotta watch my moves. They tried to defamate my character, but I won't let them. It's always checkmate. I'm still screaming, the world hope she. Mother Nature's my first shorty, watch how I go ballistic, and I'm so terrific. Accounts is copacetic, I don't need no permission, but I'm so indebted to this game that I love, and most of all to the man above. Now check me out, now it's just that Fridays was serving the greens. Before I was popping, I was nursing my dreams. Now I ain't never been a gangster, but I know a few things. I just rather get the bag and start collecting the rings. I done spoke too much, close curtain and scene. I am not a human being, I'm a full machine. I ain't holier than thou, I don't judge, I sing. Just staying down for the come up till I reign supreme. Let's get it. Yeah, hit boy, you got another one. Ha. Man, y'all boys ain't ready for this, man. I'm still grinding, I'm still hungry, hungrier than ever. I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible.
My God, oh God, this is son of God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level. So open up your eyes better. Why these tell me you can join the journey, you is worthy. Just allow me, no.
Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, it's week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Tennessee Titans. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
It's Mixon on the counter. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Titan football.
First and 10 now. Willis and the Titans
at their own 23. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
2nd down, they go again with Henry.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
The Titans at 3-7 now in the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could
fall here. And now you're looking at going 4 games without a win. Things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
A first down carry for Henry. And some space here. Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry
with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans are on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. From midfield now, Burrow. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And the Titans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
85 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Willis on the bootleg. Steps away. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. Well, he bought as much time as he could there, but eventually his clock expired.
It certainly did because they were bootlegging him out of the pocket, and I think he had some indecisions whether to run or throw. And that indecision, it wound up costing him in a big way.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Willis from the gun on 3rd down. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They begin with a run by Mixon. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Burrow on play action. He will find his man Chase complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 104 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Running left, it's Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
First and 10, Willis.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Come on. Set. Wrap all 80.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Trap 50.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
Back to throw, Willis.
He's got Fuller. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Going with their tight end on 4th. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Bengals will get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Kevin Byard up to make the tackle. To throw on 2nd and 6. Burrow. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Burrow.
This goes out wide for Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Mixing up the middle. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Burrow.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 23. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Here we go.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here we go. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. The 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? They come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And that will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
McPherson's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Mustang 19.
This time Willis will throw it. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. The slot man in motion right. Now it's the backup Tannehill. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
That was pretty nice to watch as he matched the route with the receiver and stayed right there, stuck to him like glue, almost hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, helped force the incompletion.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Titans are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. It's his horse.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And this is going to be a Titans first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A handoff, running left, Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Second down, here's an option right. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
We talk a
lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at half.
Inside the 30. Play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Now Willis on 1st and 10.
He'll buy some time right. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
So nothing doing there, and that'll make it second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, go!
On second down, here's Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Titans have retaken a third-quarter lead. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
From the 30 on second down, Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Burrow will throw. That escapes the sack.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again.
Picked by Kevin Byard. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being...
Now Burrow loses the football.
It's picked up by the Titans. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
They give it off here to the tight end. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
Now Willis on the bootleg. This will go to Henry out wide.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Henry up the middle. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
143 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Play action, Willis.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The fourth down, Willis is off, and Randy Bullock is on now for the Titans field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Bullock's kick is good, and the lead grows to 14 at 24-10.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on second down. Burrow flushed out right. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Burrow looking to pass. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And the Titans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. Willis's throw into the hands of Hooper.
And he's got some space here. Then he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Chigakakwo taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Play action. It's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And got his man complete. A big play there for Cincinnati. 55 yards.
And, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And, Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
They'll give it to Mixon, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. This Titan defense, they just will not give in easily. Looking for another stop, 3rd and goal. Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hayden Hurst from 3 yards out. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he'll get in for the score. And that's going to cut the lead down to 13. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Titans are going to recover the football. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air on first down, here's Willis. Man open is board. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Throwing again on second down. Willis. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, here's Willis. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Titans have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Willis will try and throw for this. Rolling to his right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Bengals grab it.
It's funny to me because we actually keep a football in the booth with us during games. And I notice you cradling the football. You get it tucked pretty tight with the points of pressure here. And that didn't occur on that play, did it?
Now, you saying I wouldn't have fumbled if I was down there?
You would not have fumbled. You got that thing locked in tight.
I also have really large biceps. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Here we go.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Mixon. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now it's Mixon running right. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And this offense on third down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Pryor has it complete. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. Second down, Willis looks to throw here. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They're going for it with the option right. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals get a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Burrow. And he's going to get in. So they're back within 11. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. They brought the house that time on a young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that,
The ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Burrow.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Now Burrow.
Out to his left. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line.
Here's Burrow.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing, Burrow.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
To throw, Burrow.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. A risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
Willis back to throw here.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Let's go now. 19 targets.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Titans, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.